Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm doing another one of those colour palettes videos. Like I did back in winter, I found a colour palette on Pinterest and I recreated it into a makeup look. I'm going to do the same but a springtime version. So for today's look, this is the colours I'm going for. So you can see the picture in the background, it's basically like a cherry blossom in front of like a light blue sky. So we've got these 5 colours here. Quite a brightish pink, slightly less bright pink. This is more what I'd call a peachy tone, quite a light peachy tone, a light baby pink and a light baby blue. I thought it might be quite fun to create some kind of look with those colours. Like I did with the last one, I won't show the products I'm using. I will list them down below in case you're interested, but it's more focused on the colours and the kind of placement and things like that. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then please keep on watching. As always, I'm going to start off with my eye primer to prep and prime the eyes. I think I am going to keep it quite matte for this look. I can't decide if I want to add a pop of shimmer or not, but I think to begin with I'm going to do matte sort of look and then work my way out with that. So, okay, so I'm going to start off with a very light kind of baby pink peach colour. And this is going to be a wash all over the lid, mainly in the crease. I'm using a Spectrum CO5 for this. I have actually mixed some shades together to kind of get the right shade, so we'll have to see how accurate it is. It's possibly a little bit too dark, but I think we had a bit more. I mean, it doesn't matter if the colours aren't absolutely perfect, it's more inspiration. But yeah, I'm using this mainly for like a wash in the crease, kind of act as a transition shade for this look. So we've got something like that, nice wash. I'll do the same on the other eye. I really like the pop of blue it adds in this colour palette against the pinks. I think it could look very pretty. I'm going to build it up slightly, so I'm literally just going back and forth in the kind of crease area, using quite a fluffy brush so that it just really washes it out and kind of blends it out as well. And now I'm going to go underneath the eye, so I'm going to take that again. I'm going to use the same fluffy brush, but try and use a bit more of the side of it and do a real blowout smoke down there. Like I said, tailor, I think I said this in the last one, tailor colours to suit your skin tone as well. I do think actually that really light baby pink, if I tried to match it completely, it wouldn't show up on my skin. So again, depending on how dark you like things, how bright you like things, you can amend them to kind of suit you and your style and your skin tone. Okay, so that's the lightest of the pinky shades. Like I said, I've gone slightly darker just so it gives a bit more on the eyes. Next we will go in with more of the peachy shade now. So I'm going to take it on a slightly smaller fluffy brush. Tap it off. This brush is stained, so don't be alarmed by the colour. It is much more peach. This is the Bedelium Tools 785. And kind of repeat that, but not take it quite as high up. And focus more on the outer portion of the crease and onto the lid space. So using circular motions, focusing first in the crease on the outer portion, and then just bring it onto the lid. I haven't decided on the lip colour I'm going to go with yet, whether to kind of match the vibrant on the eyes or keep it quite simple and nude. And a bit more on the lighter nude scale. Okay, So adding a bit more depth there. I'm going to do the same on the lower lash line. Again, mainly on the outer portion. So we're kind of building up these colours nicely. And now I'm doing a kind of classic smoky eye technique and style. But for the next one, I will try and mix up a little bit because I realised I did a classic smoky eye for the last colour palette as well. So now we've got our kind of peaches down, the light colours. We're going to go in with a pops of pink now. So one is more, I'd call like a salmon pink, one's a bit of a brighter pink. I've kind of pulled some stuff out to see how I can get on with it. Again, it might be a case of mixing some shades. Because I don't really have a salmon pink. Well, I do have a salmon pink, but it's not quite dark enough, so I might have to add a bit of a darker pink into it, but let's have a try. I'm actually going to use the same brush again, so I'm going to pick up some of that. Let's start off with the pink shade that I'm thinking of, and it's literally only going to go on this outer portion only. Actually no, we're not, we're going to bring it right across the lid, because I only want the pop of blue right in this inner corner. Yeah, I think I might have to add a little bit of a darker pink into this salmon colour. This is kind of the right tone, but I feel it needs to be a little bit darker. That's a little bit better. Okay, so we're getting the pink in there now. So I am focusing mainly on the outer portion, but then I am just taking the leftovers into the centre as well. So I'll do the same with the eye. I'll start off with the original salmon shade and then add the slightly darker pink. And let's pick up some of the slightly darker pink. And again, focusing mainly on the outer portion and then taking the leftovers to the centre of the lid. I'm going to take whatever's left over and kind of blend it into the lash line. The lower lash line is going to be a mesh of colours really. But, yeah. Cool, then what I'm going to do is take the peach shade and just make sure I'm happy with the blend. And then take the very first shade. And again, kind of make sure I'm happy with the overall blend as well. Okay, I'm liking how this is looking. Now we're going to go for the much more pop of pink. Okay, this time I'm going to take much more of a denser brush. This is a Luxie 213 eye shading brush, a flat top brush. And I think this is quite a good match I've got. But yeah, so the darkest shade we're going over now, whatever that may be for you. And we're going to start popping this right on this outer portion. I'm going to bring it slightly across, but I'm focusing this quite close to the lash line as well. We'll blend in a second, but we're just going to get that colour down first. Okay, then I take the Bdellium Tools brush that had the salmon pink on and just kind of start blending that into the other shades. So that darkest pink is very much wrapped around kind of the lash line. And I'm going to take a little bit of it just on the outer portion of the lower lash line, but really just the outer portion. So I quite like how the lower lash line looks at the moment. I'm just going to do another little sweep with the really light colour we used. Make sure I'm happy still with the blend. I think especially when you're doing really bright colours, unless you want to go really high up, I think it's quite good to kind of keep it quite contained to the lid. And the softer colours can then be blown out. Okay, and now for the blue. Hello. Oh.
Hi.
Why have you got a face on?
I don't know. Oh, are you in the middle of recording?
Yeah.
Oh, so you've recorded. Can I have a soft drink, please?
I can get you on now, that's fine.
Phew.
Why have you got an avatar on?
I don't know, you've gone really quiet. Oh.
So I'm going to pop this real baby blue right in this inner centre, in the corner bit here. So I've got to do a bit of mixing again to get the right kind of shade that I want. I want quite an icy blue, so we'll see how this goes. This is a Luxie 231. Start in the inner corner. Oh, that's not bad actually. Not a bad shade match. Yeah, I'm just going to really focus this right in this inner corner here. I just really like the contrast of the two colours, the pinks, peaches with this blue. That's quite fun. Something like that. Let's do the other side. I might add a bit more white into that blue in a minute. We'll see. Something like that. I quite like that. Something fun and different. I think this side needs a bit brightening up slightly. Otherwise we're good to go. Okay. I'm happy with that. I quite like that. It's going to be quite different, quite fun. I know it's not the most wearable look, but just to have a little play with different colours, that is quite fun. Alright, I'm going to load up my lashes mascara and then I'm going to decide on the lip that I want to do with this. Okay, so I think I am going to go with a pinky lip, but keep it a bit softer. So I'm going to start with a pink lip liner. And then I'm going to smudge it in slightly. Something like that. And then we're just going to top it off with some gloss. And quite a nice light gloss. Well, you probably can tell which one it is from the doe foot. Okay, and that is a finished look with the inspiration of that spring colour palette. So I really hope you enjoyed. I liked the last one that I did for the winter one, so I thought I'd do another one, but a spring one. So yes, slightly more vibrant, possibly not as wearable, but still quite fun. So if you do like this kind of video, let me know and I'll continue to do it. And if you've got any suggestions for colour palettes, let me know as well. Like I said, I will have the products edit used down below and kind of the combos I mixed, but it was more on the kind of colours and the placement and stuff like that for this look. So yeah, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave any future request videos down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.